Yes, it is time for a channel update. I don't think we've actually ever done one of these. At some point I mentioned something about the songs challenge and whatnot, but that was ages ago. And then at some point I just stopped making videos for a year and no explanation or anything. So yeah, I thought we could talk a bit about what's next after we've done our first GeoGuessr's competitive duels kind of thing recently. Basically, when I started out this channel, it was mostly centered around music and whatnot. More than a decade ago, and since then it evolved to be more about music and GeoGuessr. Then we had a few games interspersed in between, a bit of geo competitive and a few challenges also, like every now and then. And it's always been a bit unclear about what the common theme or thread is for the channel in general. So I thought, first of all, we can kind of try to clarify this a bit and also mention what's next. So I think the four main things that I've noticed that we can try to do on this channel is coding and design, challenges, learning, and music. And when I say learning, it's all about like the flags kind of thing that we did in the past, and flashcards, all that kind of stuff. Also quizzes and stuff like that. So I think by just having an ample repertoire of different things that we can do, it gives us a chance to make sometimes shorter, sometimes longer types of videos and whatnot. A bit of everything kind of brings that variety that we sometimes need just to keep things moving, like heading towards somewhere. Also kind of really wanted to get back into that intersection between art, music, and code, kind of like finding areas where we can combine kind of like multidisciplinary kind of stuff together and just like merge these things and see how we can work with these in interesting ways. So for the next coming months, I think the first thing is coding and design. I'm going to be working a bit on the open source SVG bollards collection. I really want to do a repository where anyone can basically browse through the bollards of any country and even view them on an interactive map. And this ties into the second project, which is the geoguessr one, where I basically want to create a platform for learning geography / geoguessr. But that's probably going to be a bit further on in the future, as well, there's no time for everything. But if we keep maybe doing 1 or 2 videos per week, we should be able to find some time to fit these in between. The second theme is challenges, and I really want to do something about running or preparing for a marathon or doing ultra running or something regarding that. Also because it's a really nice way to just take you out on a tour around different places around, I don't know, Belgium, Ireland, Mexico, US, wherever I happen to be. And it's always just fun to check out other places while we're doing a challenge or something else. The other challenge I wanted to do is competitive GeoGuessr / tournaments. So we did the Jewels challenge. I want to do something involving the 3 different types of gameplay. And I think we won't do it for the summer season, but we'll get back to it for the fall season or whatever comes afterwards. And I also thought like joining some type of tournament just for fun would be super interesting, at least. Even though I'm not really well ranked per se amongst the top GeoGuessr players, it would be just fun to see how well we rank up against everyone else, just for the giggles. The third thing is learning. And there's a couple of things I wanted to do here. First of all, a mini series about the Rhine, the River Rhine. It goes basically around Switzerland, Luxembourg, Germany, and the Netherlands. And I was thinking that would be super interesting just to go to some of the places where the Rhine River is and kind of try to find a story, a narrative, or just an explanation about where the river came from, where it goes, how it bends, the different towns and cities that it passes by, how it looks in different areas, the history about the Rhine and whatnot. I don't know. I don't think this will become a river channel per se, but I think it's like interesting stuff nonetheless to learn. And who knows? Maybe someday we'll do something about the Amazon or the Nile or one of the other ones, for example. I think that would be somewhat interesting at least, and it's still kind of related to our common thread around geography and whatnot, right? Also want to do a few quizzes. These are going to be somewhat of a shorter format, so maybe 3-4 minute long, kind of fast-paced, just question answers or multiple choice or stuff like that. And I think that's something that we can use for in between when I'm working on something big and I don't have enough time to put out something longer. Then we can just do one of these shorter, faster paced geography quiz kind of videos. And the other thing is hidden gems in cities, and that's something I thought would be quite interesting, just going around like cities where you know the big icons, you know the big things about those cities, but going in person and trying to find all the hidden little interesting places around that city. And I'm not sure if this is going to be a series or not, but at least I thought I could do one about Ghent here in Belgium, and we'll see where it goes from there. And the fourth and last thing is about music, and that was returning to making music on GeoGuessr. In the original series, I started off by basically playing a whole game of GeoGuessr.
What is that? I've never seen anything like that before.
And then I tried to make a story about the elements that were surrounding us.
These entities just happened to be machines. Hell had risen.
And afterwards, we tried to make a song based on the theme and the story and everything that we saw around us.
The age of devastation! Oh, these machines!
And what I really want to change this time is I think we should play a full game, like all 5 rounds basically, and then find the most interesting one, and then try to find a story or something around that place specifically. Because the problem that we had before is sometimes you end up in the same, like we ended up in Canada multiple times, and it's like, come on! Like sometimes you just want that variety. I think part of this was also due to the fact that we were playing the World Edition in GeoGuessr instead of a diverse world. So in the World Edition, it seems to use the probability of all locations around the world, and obviously it's going to be more biased to places where there's more coverage, whereas in a diverse world and other different maps like a community world, which is a new one in GeoGuessr, which is gaining a lot of popularity, I think that is much more balanced, and your probability of ending up in one country versus another is going to be a bit more equal. Well, probably not equal, but a bit less biased basically. But yeah, that's it for the update. I'm gonna try to still publish 1 to 2 videos per week, and we'll take it from there and see how we fare. Have a great rest of your day, and I'll catch you next time.